Tim McLean was heading home to Winnipeg after working a carnival job in Edmonton. He boarded a Greyhound bus on July 30th, 2008, and he sat in the back row of the bus near the toilets. He was listening to music as this was about to be a long ride. He was heading to Winnipeg, which is about a 13-hour trip without traffic or breaks. The bus departed from Edmonton and headed through Saskatchewan towards Manitoba. At 6:55 p.m., the bus made a stop in Erickson, Manitoba to pick up additional passengers. One of the men that boarded at this stop initially sat at the front of the bus. Later in the trip, he moved to sit directly beside Tim McLean after a bathroom break. Tim didn't know this man and didn't acknowledge him, and proceeded to put on his music and go back to sleep. When all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this random man launches a complete maniacal attack on Tim. He pulls out a large knife and proceeds to stab Tim in the neck and chest. Passengers nearby start screaming and the whole bus is in a panic. The driver pulls over on the side of the highway where he and all the passengers flee outside, and the driver locks the door from the outside so that he cannot get outside. Unfortunately, the driver and two other men did try to intervene, but they were being chased off by the knife-wielding man. The man continued stabbing Tim repeatedly and viciously until he removed his head. The passengers of the bus are outside now watching in terror as the man slowly picks up the head and shows them his work. Once he finished this horrifying act, he began severing other body parts and consuming part of his flesh. The RCMP were called at 8:30 p.m. and did not take any action until 1:30 a.m. 5 hours later. They basically spent hours outside of the bus watching this man do horrific things and did not try to intervene. It's absolutely sick. It's at 1:30 a.m. that the strange man decided to try and jump through a window and escape, but was clearly caught by the police who were outside for the last 5 hours. The man's name is Vincent Lee, a Chinese immigrant who was suffering with schizophrenia. During the trial, the courts deemed Lee as not criminally responsible on account of a mental disorder, and so he was remanded to Selkirk Mental Health Center. On February 2017, the Manitoba Criminal Code Review Board ordered Lee to be discharged. Lee was granted an absolute discharge. What do you guys think? Should someone be allowed to stab, murder, behead, and cannibalize someone and be allowed to integrate back into society? Would you want him as your neighbor? Comment below. Thank you for listening. See you in the next one.